So, but you probably didn't think 10 years later a Delta Force guy would come out and call him out.
And shit.
Yeah. Ooh, it almost worked out for me. And so that, of course, goes, even though it's 2 hours long, that goes viral. He comes to me and he goes, hey, like, you want to be a co-host on this podcast? And from there, we've done 20 or 30 podcasts since then, and it's just absolutely blown up. Like, we're probably, I can't think of another one to say, we're probably the largest first responder podcast in America. We're just about to break the top 100 in our category for iTunes and podcasts. Like,
nice.
It's pretty cool to see your podcasts up there, like the Late Night Show and like these other like big names.
He's a copper in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I like to drill our podcast down to like very specific genre. And I'm like, we're in the top 10 of podcasts based in Conroe, Texas. Number fucking one, bro.
I'll tell you something a little bit humbling. So we are, I forget which late night show, but it's one of the top, like ABC, NBC, like we are above them. But you know who's above us? Is this like these girls, and it's called like Horrible Decisions, but it's spelled out WHORE. So if you look below you, you're like, oh yeah, we're kind of big time, and then you look above, you're like, what?
How the shit did they get up there?
We can't beat Horrible Decisions. No, we're not. A little bit of humble pie when you see who's beating you.
I think if I remember correctly, I realized I had like 17 Audible credits. So I hadn't downloaded a book in a year or something, like I had all this. I was like, you know what?
Good intentions.
I need to get back and do that, right? So like I started downloading, I listened to a couple, and then I listened to another one, and then my recommendation got Alone at Dawn, right?
Yeah.
That book. And so I listened to that, and I'm like, what the fuck? And started listening to that story. And then, so that led me to YouTube. And so now I'm at work with my headphones on.
Yeah.
Working away, but I'm listening to these podcasts like Team House and got on Team House. And you were on that.
I was on Team House. Yeah, they were great.
And listened to another one. And then, YouTube did its thing and suggested that short, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on.
Right.
Who is this? And started listening, and then it came up in conversation at work. And
I think we were probably eating lunch, and
now like, all of them are listening to different parts of the episodes as they're packing or doing inventory.
Justin's over there receiving inventory, listening to them.
And then coming in my office mad. Like,
I'm telling you, it'll make you mad. It'll make you mad.
It'll make you mad as shit. And Justin's like, if Justin's listening, which I don't think he listens to the podcast unless he's on it, but like he's not the guy that's got the best level of temperament, right?
Yeah.
Like, and he came in, like, what do you want to do, dude? Like, we can't do anything about it.
He was listening to the Latrell one. And I was like, oh, hey, what part are you at? And he was like, oh, I'm early on. I was like, oh, wait till you get to this part. And I was like, you're gonna get pissed.
Buckle up.
I was like, wait till you get to this. And then sure enough, like 30 minutes later, I walked by and he's like,
I get reminded every now and again in the comments about, and people love to send me, and Tyler loves to get me riled up. So Tyler send me a screenshot of comments, and right. And I don't get riled up, so he likes to see what it takes to get me riled up. And when every now and again when he gets me, he's like, yeah, I gotcha.